Ladies and gentlemen, it has been more than a week since the horrific shooting of Charlie Kirk on a college campus. I haven't made a video in 5 years, yet certain things have come to my attention that I think that we all need to remember. The title of this video is pretty damn important because in the last week on X and on Blue Sky and Rumble and everywhere, anywhere else, anyone can have some sort of an opinion that they feel is valid. I have seen two sides of the same coin flipped and flipped and flipped again, and it's ridiculous because I'll tell you what, no one agrees on anything, and it's this whole but my side wouldn't do that horror show that just gets worse and worse, and it's actually absolutely ridiculous. Let's actually begin by stating the obvious elephant in the room that no one seems to want to look at. Murder, because that's what this was, is wrong. No one should care who was murdered as much as people, shouldn't care who was murdered, they murdered by. It doesn't make a difference. All murder is wrong. That's the only fact that matters. Murder, someone kills someone else, someone gets shot, someone gets stabbed, any damn thing is wrong. It's murder. That's the fact that everybody, and I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on, it's wrong. And I don't care, again, who was murdered. It is wrong. Now, I'm sure people have their little intricacies and reasons why you believe this person or that person should be killed or wiped from existence, but the truth is, and think about this, if you think someone should die based on their views, then I would bet someone else would think that that's right, you should die based on your views. So I ask you now, is that the price you're willing to pay? Should your views kill you? Do you think that what you think is important enough to damn well die for? And I'll say this, by the way, your views and not your actions, that's what could get you killed, according to what you probably believe, if you're listening to this and you think that views should kill. Now that's why this man was killed. That's what gave someone the courage enough to kill. Words. And words are damn strong things. There is a topic for another video. The fact that words are so damn strong in the first place, sure. But that's not the topic of this video. The words you speak should not get you killed. That's what led to this, but then in the wake of this whole tragedy, instead of the world finding ways to come together, instead of people feeling sorry for the family or for those who wish to mourn him, as they have a damn right to do, by the way, people want to say that the shooter is from the left or the right. Now, keep in mind, by the way, at present, the shooter is unaffiliated. That's what it says. That's what we've found out so far. Now, facts may have changed whenever this video is released, but at the present time, while I'm recording, we have no damn clue. No clue what we think is right and what is actually correct. Now, there are facts that the AI Grok can give you that's been reported. I'm sure any other AI program can give you the facts if you want. You can check them. I would suggest you check them. You damn well should check them and make sure that everything that's being reported is accurate. Now, those facts, by the way, the ones from Grok, are on the screen, so you can see them right now. At least a few of those facts. Go check them out for yourself. Again, I would recommend that you fact check everything that's been found, and if things have been updated since this has come out, then that's fine, but fact check, make sure. I don't think that it's wrong to do that. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to believe, and I absolutely will tell you every time, by the way, to fact check every single damn claim you see. Use the AI, by the way. I do, and I know people don't trust it. People think that the AI is from this side or that side, but you know what else have you really got? Unless you want to actually troll through every little thing that's out there, you can't trust statements or sentences on the internet. And most importantly, by the way, you shouldn't. You should not ever trust anything that you see. An image that you see, you think that's accurate, it might not be. Question it. Question every damn thing. Now, the biggest problem that I've seen in the last week or so is this pathetic level of tribalism. That's right, tribalism that everyone on social media and any social media space seems to have. It's a constant level of deflection about a young man who we actually at the present time know nothing about. None of us can say, I can guarantee this or I can guarantee that. We can definitely say that this is what's being reported, but even that, like I said a few moments ago, even every report keeps changing. The biggest problem that we have is this deflection of responsibility because my side isn't bad and my side wouldn't do this or my side isn't going to kill anybody. Your side's the one that started this. it's actually horrible to watch. Like, it's genuinely horrible. And then you have people on both sides of the political spectrum talking about this as though it's, not my team's fault and my team wouldn't encourage this. We're not that way. We're not evil. That's you guys. Your team's evil. This is what I've been seeing for the last week or so, maybe 2 weeks, depending on when this video again comes out. It's tribalism. That's all it is. That's exactly what it is. Tribalism is what stops people from getting past the small things and stops them from talking to each other. Tribalism stops us from associating with those we don't agree with simply because we don't agree with what they think and what we know about them. We think it's wrong. That's the big takeaway, by the way. Tribalism is what separates us. That's the only thing that you need to remember. You might have walked in on a friend at the end of a conversation and thought that you heard them say something horrible and never gave them a chance to say something in response to that, because that goes against your tribe. That goes against everything you believe in. So why even give them a chance to talk when what they just said goes against you? Is that what happened, actually? Who knows? You definitely don't, by the way. If you haven't given someone a chance to speak, you have no clue what they stand for, what they're all about. And I'll say this one more time so the people in the back, that's right, you people in the back can hear it. Tribalism is the enemy. In fact, tribalism is what keeps us all in our safe little bubbles and echo chambers for so long that we start to believe that we're the peaceful side and the other side, those jerks, those ones are the violent ones, they're the criminals, they're the people we should hate. The problem is, by the way, if we stop for 5 minutes and actually look at what the other side is saying, we'd see that they think the same thing on their side. They think that we're the bad guys. They think that we're the enemies. We're the evil ones. And by the way, both sides, they bring stats to back themselves up. Both sides do this. Have you ever noticed that? Anyone ever, anywhere? You ever seen this? You think that you're saying the right thing and then they get a stat and you think, oh, maybe that's what's happening. And you might want to start paying attention because both sides have these damn stats to back up whatever argument they want to make. And one of the most evil things on this planet, by the way, and I'll mention it again, is tribalism. The idea that my tribe is better than yours because of A, B, or C. It's ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, by the way, there are actual hate groups out there. And those groups deserve condemnation. But the masses, and I'll say it twice for you guys, the masses are not, and again, I'll say it again, the masses are not part of those tribes. By the way, this isn't the only tragic death that occurred this year politically, but I'm betting that the reason this one is hitting so hard is because the man was trying to have a peaceful conversation with different people. And you don't have to agree with that, but that's probably what he thought he was doing. Maybe you don't think it was peaceful, but I will bet he thought it was. He thought he was having a peaceful conversation with people on the opposite side of his political spectrum and in front of thousands of people. A single round, a single shot, a single bullet took his life in front of all of them to see. Now, I don't care about politics, or what the politics of the kid is that shot him. I don't care. Does that bring the man back to life? No. Does the man's politics, knowing what he stood for, does that bring him back to life? No. The simple fact that everyone has the ability to argue about where the kid stood should be the determinant factor that tells you to stop freaking arguing and maybe start finding some common ground before more bodies drop, because right now, the onus is on you. It's on every one of you who's listening to this right now. You can make a change. You can listen to the other side. Start talking to people. Start seeing people you disagree with as the people who think differently than you, not as people that you can put into a box you can write off, and eventually maybe they'll find their way into a box because of what you think of them. Start trying to connect with the other side. Even if you don't like their views, by the way, start trying to talk to people from the other side. That is the only way that the world will not drive itself further apart, and that is the only way that we actually start to see the other side as people. And I will say it one more time, there are groups that deserve condemnation. There are groups that, you should still talk to, but you can never agree with. I know that. But talking to people that just don't agree with you, that aren't actually part of those groups, and treating them like humans, that, and I will say it again, that is on you.